So, if you can read, yeah. So this is what my video is gonna be about. It feels kind of weird to just start videos without having like a intro or something, but I can't edit to save my life, so yeah, I'm just gonna start writing them from now on. Moving on. Now, Dustin Poirier versus Kobe Covington. Now, listen, I know that Dustin Poirier is retired, but like, if you look at the UFC analyst show, every single time this man opens his mouth, they always ask him about, "Hey, Dustin, will you come out of retirement to fight so and so fighter?" And so far, he's given us three fighters that he will come out of retirement to fight. Conor McGregor, obviously. Got Justin Gaethje, obviously because he has the fucking belt. And who else? Oh yeah, and Nate Diaz. So honestly, I think it should extend his list to Kobe Covington. Ever since Kobe Covington made fun of him, being being drunk and being drunk at the airport and shit. I mean, I would certainly want to beat Kobe's ass for that. And he also kind of did call him a bad father for like being drunk on Father's Day and some shit, but whatever. And to be honest, who wouldn't want to see this fight? Hmm? Who wouldn't? I don't think the weight difference will be that much, considering the fact that Kobe Kobe's like Kobe comes in as like a small welterweight, and he's around the same size as Dustin. Like the weight difference wouldn't be anything. Uh, I'm pretty sure they're at the same they're the same size practically. So yeah, I think Dustin would win this one, but I don't know. I mean he looked very washed in his fight against Max. But I mean, Kobe looks even more washed against Buckley, and as we know now, Buckley's immensely shit. Moving on, Luke Rockhold versus Chris Weidman rematch. This is gonna be the battle of the no chin middleweights, and the reason why I want a rematch between these two was because the first fight it didn't get interrupted. Chris just did probably the dumbest shit of all time. This man threw the ugliest and the worst spinning back kick I have ever seen in my life, which led to Rocco pouncing on him, pause, and just beating the shit out of him. Uh, eh, this fight could be competitive because both guys are washed, and Rocco. I know that Rocco somehow has this fetish for getting knocked the fuck out in boxing. So, bro, get your ass in MMA so you can get knocked out again. Cause, but I mean, whatever. I mean, to be fair, I think Rocco would beat Chris again, but I would love to see it. Yeah. Moving on. Shit. I'm probably the only person that's ever thought about this fight in the history of in MMA's history. But Joyzinho Rosenstruik versus OSP. Um, I know Rosenstruik probably is like dealing with some like domestic violence thing. And I mean, I don't know if he was in jail or prison. I don't know, but if he's not in there, or when he gets out, just put him on the just put him on the card, like and just like let him fight OSP at middleweight. I want to see if OSP's technical style. Wait, sorry. Did I say OSP technical? Sorry, not OSP's unorthodox style can really beat the by the book Rosenstruik. Yeah, Alexander Gustafsson versus Thiago Santos. This is gonna be the battle of who got their ass whooped by John Jones the worst. But I mean, to be fair, I mean Santos arguably won that one. So yeah, I think this fight should take place at light heavyweight because the last time Gustafsson was at heavyweight, he looked hella shit against Verdum. Whatever. And Santos, I mean, I know that he's been kind of dull ever since he got ever since he literally broke every ligament in his fucking in his leg. But hey, I think Gustafsson is the guy to bring out the fun version of Thiago Santos. Hmm. So yeah, and if Gustafsson wins this fight, we should book him versus. We should book the rematch between. Well, not a rematch. It's more like the fight was booked, but it got canceled between him and OSP because fun fact he was supposed to fight him on the GFL card. So yeah, moving on. Dylan Dennis versus Tony Ferguson. It's the only lightweight that I can see Tony Ferguson beating in MMA. But and also I think this fight's good because somehow, some way, Dylan Dennis is a fucking world champion. Before Dustin Poirier, by the way. So yeah, I want to see Dylan Dennis actually fight someone of note in MMA. I'm not a fan of him, obviously, but I kind of want to see him get his ass beat again. I think he's been enjoying way too much of a rise now. So, and I think Tony Ferguson's the type of guy to, bring it out. Or I mean, it's either Tony's gonna win this fight via stoppage, or he's gonna look so heavenly shit in the fight that so shit in the fight it's gonna make every MMA fan cry, which I would also love to see. So yeah, this fight is random, but hey, hear me out. It has reasons to. Remember in Tyron Woodley's championship reign, he wanted to fight Nick Diaz. He wanted to duck Wonderboy to fight Nick Diaz. So I say, how about we give Woodley what he wants, just not specifically what he wants. What's gonna give him Nate? The shitter brother. The worst one. And to be honest, this matchup can have some. This fight would either be very funny for how bad they look and how washed they are, or be very fucking boring. One out of the two. And yeah. I think I would really have to see how these guys' styles match up, because I mean, Nate is a he's a durable jiu-jitsu guy, and Woodley's a power punching wrestler. So I want to see how these guys' style would mesh up. There's a possibility it will be boring as fuck, but there's a possibility that it would be it would be funny seeing these two old fuckers trying to relive the glory days. And mostly the reason why I picked this fight was because Woodley's been getting done bad recently. So let's give Woodley one thing. Let's give Woodley one thing that he wanted his whole career. He gets to fight Diaz, but not the exact Diaz brother he wanted. But hey, moving on. Mike Perry versus Hector Lombard. Now the weight issues could be a factor in this, but I think Hector should come down to 185, and Mike Perry goes up to middleweight. So to make this fight happen. The reason I'm not just picking, the reason I picked these guys specifically was because these guys are the only welterweights that I can remember that are retired. That's not too freshly retired like Gilbert Burns. The reason I picked these guys is because some retired fighters, they're never gonna come back out of retirement. I mostly looked at the GFL's roster to see fighters that still want to compete in mixed martial arts. That's why I don't have guys like Brunson on here. So yeah, and I think this fight will be fun. Anthony Pettis versus Jeremy Stephens. I don't think these guys have fought for some reason. I generally do not remember these guys fighting, which is kind of crazy considering the fact that Pettis has fought literally everybody. And we all know what Jeremy Stephens does. He's gonna go outside the he's gonna leave the UFC because he's too shit to win a fight. He's gonna he's gonna win a fight over some bums, and then they're gonna put him back in there for some fucking reason. And listen, if he knocks out Pettis, they are definitely putting him back in the UFC to get his ass beat again and continue the longest you know, like they're gonna continue him having continue him having the most losses in UFC history. So yeah, moving on. Yoel Romero versus Darren Till. I know that Till called Yoel out in a boxing match, but honestly, no, fuck that. Run these hands in MMA. I really want to see this one. Sorry. I wonder, I want to see if old man Yoel's like way too old to beat someone like Darren the Disappointment Till. I really want to see that one. And these are these are like the two middleweights that that aren't too old and are actively still pursuing competition outside the UFC that anyone would reasonably pay for. Now this one is fucked up. This one is ultimately fucked up, but we no, this is like ultra fucked up. Frankie Edgar versus Chad Mendes. These guys have somehow also never fought each other, and I know that Frankie Edgar has been getting slimed out for like years now. Well, like, come on. Like, let him fight Chad Mendes in his retirement fight. After he fights Mendes, he should never fight again in his life. Like, come on. We want to see it. I want to see it. Admit it. So, yeah, that's about it. See ya.